Hello, my name's Teacher David Adam and you're watching another episode of Fresh Off the Press English. Today I'm in the garden because the baby is asleep inside and I thought I would try a different kind of video today, try and see how it goes. Let me know what you think. There's some funny noises in the background. Hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. There's the garden, that's a sunflower. These are my peas, that's my kale. That's my spinach, over there, spinach, and some tomatoes, some bok choy, some salads. Right now everything is growing very well. It's nice to have some fresh vegetables every day. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry it's been so long since my last video. Just been super busy, life just keeps going. Doesn't get easier, so it's hard to find the time to make the videos, but here we are. Let's see what today's lesson is about. Today's lesson comes from the New York Times. The headline says, "Move for 3 minutes every half hour to counter the ill effects of sitting." So this news is about how we can do exercise to stay healthy, basically, but mainly saying don't sit down too much. That word there, counter. Counter. If you counter something, it means you do the opposite. You beat it. Okay, you counter it. Often when we talk about fighting, we have a counter attack. You have attack and they have a counter attack. It's the opposite when somebody's fighting you. They counter you. Here we're talking about countering illness. Countering being sick. Counter. Climbing stairs, doing jumping jacks, or even taking as few as 15 steps during mini breaks improved blood sugar control among office workers. Jumping jacks. That's the picture at the beginning of our lesson there. You see those people are doing jumping jacks. It's a kind of exercise that people do. I haven't done jumping jacks since I was in high school, but let's all start doing jumping jacks, shall we? Come on, 5 jumping jacks, please. No. Blood sugar. Blood sugar. Quite simply, the amount of sugar that is in your blood. Yes? This is an important measure of how healthy you are, how well your body can deal with sugar, the food you eat, things like that. This is blood sugar. Sitting for hours at a desk can play havoc with our metabolic health, contributing over time to high blood sugar and high cholesterol, even in people who otherwise seem mostly healthy. Play havoc. Play havoc. If something plays havoc with you, plays havoc, basically crazy, it's having a bad effect, it's out of control, it plays havoc with your health. Play havoc. Metabolic. 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 This is your body's ability to use energy, how well your body uses the food that you eat. This is called your metabolic system. Some people have fast metabolic systems, some people have slow metabolic systems. This controls how our bodies use the food we eat, often decides whether we are fat or thin. It is our metabolic system. Cholesterol. Cholesterol. This is another thing we can use to measure how healthy we are. Doctors are always talking about high cholesterol and how dangerous it is. And so here, this word cholesterol, it's another thing that is in your blood that doctors will measure to see how healthy you are, your cholesterol. For most of us, sitting is not just commonplace, but constant. According to epidemiological studies, adults in the United States typically sit for about 6.5 hours a day. Commonplace. commonplace. This just means it's very common. If something is commonplace, then it is common. It's commonplace. It happens a lot. So here we're talking about sitting being commonplace. We all have to sit down. It's just life, isn't it? It's common. It's something we do all the time. Epidemiological. 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 That's eight syllables. Epidemic is the word meaning the disease, so the COVID, oh no, yes, this is an epidemic. Well, epidemiological is when we study diseases, not just like the virus, COVID-19, but also other illnesses, sicknesses caused by maybe sitting down too much or eating the wrong foods. So this word epidemiological means something to do with diseases, sickness. Such relentless sitting squashes metabolic health. Or as the new studies author writes, every waking hour spent in sedentary postures, that is, sitting or lying, increase risk for metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. Relentless. Relentless. If something is relentless, it means it's never ending, doesn't stop, just keeps going. It's relentless sitting down for a long time. It's relentless sitting, just sitting forever basically, all day sitting down. Relentlessly sitting down. Relentless means never ending, continuous, not stopping. It's relentless. Sedentary. Sedentary. Again, this is just sitting down, not moving much, sitting down, lying down. If you are sedentary, it means you sit down a lot, like to lie down, don't like to move much. I'm a sedentary person. Syndrome. Syndrome. So a syndrome is a illness or something that is affecting who we are. It's an illness or a syndrome. Usually we use this word syndrome to not really mean a sickness, but it's a problem in your life. You have some kind of syndrome. Here we're talking about a metabolic syndrome, something wrong with your body's ability to use sugar and things like that. I want to use the word condition. It's a way of being. It's a syndrome. Normally it's a bad thing, is a syndrome, but not really quite like a sickness. Diabetes. Diabetes is a sickness, it's an illness. People suffer from diabetes. They have to take the injection to help their body use the sugar in their blood. If you have diabetes, it can have bad effects on your life. Diabetes. Let's look at the words from today's lesson. Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. Counter. Counter. Blood sugar. Blood sugar. Play havoc. Play havoc. Metabolic. Metabolic. Cholesterol. Cholesterol. Commonplace. Commonplace. Epidemiological. Epidemiological. Relentless. Relentless. Sedentary. Sedentary. Syndrome. Syndrome. Diabetes. Diabetes. Write down these words and remember them. These are important words to remember when we want to talk about health and how we can be healthy. Basically, different problems and different ways we can live healthy lives. It's very important. People might say it's the most important thing is you're going to be your health, isn't it? Most important thing to look after. So these are important words. Write them down and remember them. Here we got some questions from today's lesson. I wonder if you know the answer. Write a comment below. Let's have a look. How long does the article suggest we move for every half hour? Do you know the answer? We just read it. I can't remember. Oh no. No cheating, no skipping back to see the answer. Write down what you think in the comment below. I'll choose a winner and get a prize next week. Promise. How many steps does it recommend us taking? Again, in the article, how many steps does it say we should take in our mini breaks? Write it in the comments. I will choose a winner and they'll get a prize, a surprise. And then a little bit of discussion, some questions for you. How long do you sit for every day? How long do you sit for? I teach English online, so I sit for at least 6 hours every day. I eat dinner as well, so that's another hour probably. Dinner and breakfast and lunch. I don't know, probably about 8 hours a day I spend sitting down. It's my life, I sit down. How about you? How many hours do you spend sitting down every day? And the last question, what exercise do you do? I don't have time to exercise. I think my life is exercise. I do a lot of gardening, if that counts as exercise, digging holes, picking stuff up, moving stuff around, and of course playing with my baby is exercise enough for me. What exercise do you do? It's a choice. Well, is it a choice? Do we have a choice? Sitting down. It's life. Yes, we have chairs. I suppose I could work standing up, but I'm too lazy. Sitting down is comfortable. But anyway, if we just move a little bit, the article tells us that it can help us not get sick, basically, and help us not suffer from some terrible syndromes, some terrible conditions, things that will happen to us in the future. So let's try, shall we? Let's try and be a bit more active. Like I say, thanks for watching. Sorry it's been so long since my last video. Just so busy, but I'm getting back into it now. If you're interested in studying English online, leave a comment below and I can contact you and then we can arrange times to have classes. I'm starting a new round of, what would the word be, signing up students for my new classes through, it can be Skype, Zoom, or a Ding Ding, which is the Chinese, it's kind of a Chinese chat app that they use. As always, don't be bored, be busy. I say thank you very much. Let me know what you think about the content of the video, this kind of outdoorsiness. Any ideas for my next lesson, where I should do the class? It could be in my house, it could be outside somewhere, hopefully somewhere a bit quiet, not too noisy, but let me know if you've got any ideas where I could do my next lesson. See you next time. Don't be bored, be busy. Bye-bye.